As we already know, Meghan Markle was very critical of the British media over reports that letters exchanged with the king played a part in her choice not to attend his coronation. Well, we already know Meghan is no fan of the British media, and she has made it abundantly clear that she does not like King Charles either. Now, she tried her best to get Harry to distance himself from his father quite a while ago, and it is her ultimate goal for Harry to have no relationship whatsoever with anyone in the royal family. But if they require more exposure to the royal family in order to make themselves some more money, they're going to get that in their own way. Meghan has also said before that she wants the invisible kids to be close to their grandfather, King Charles. But I don't know how that could possibly happen because Meghan has said that she is never going to step foot in the UK again. I guess time will tell. Another thing is, it doesn't seem to me like Meghan and Harry have a whole lot that they're working on right now. I mean, there's nothing coming out in the media that they could possibly be working on projects or books or interviews or whatever. It seems to me like the most likely answer is that Meghan is just feeling bored. So she's trying to stir up some chaos before the coronation, and I guess she has been scheming something for the day of the coronation because that is who she is after all. Meghan has to be the center of attention at all times, or else she's going to make other people pay if she's not. And if Meghan doesn't have anything to complain about, well, don't worry, she's just going to make something up. Meghan had the nerve to challenge the king about all of her grievances. Why in the world is Harry allowing this to go on? Do they have no respect whatsoever for the monarchy? Who does Meghan think she is? We all know what type of person she is, what type of creature is a better way to say it. That should be enough for any woman to feel embarrassed and ashamed of their behavior. Meghan ignores her own family. We can only assume that she decided her family isn't good enough for her anymore since she married Harry. She calls out the royal family with all their background, all their breeding, like Meghan is somehow above them. Meghan just will not stop going after Harry's family, and he just allows her to. Sometimes I do wonder if genetically he is not a member of the royal family. I think Diana would be so furious at who Harry has become and how he acts now. If Diana had survived, there is no way that Meghan would have been able to sink her claws into Harry. She would probably still be in Canada, going to all the freebie things that she was invited to and taking some poor fool for a ride while she preyed on his insecurities, but I think that fool would not be Harry. In her efforts to deceive, Meghan certainly weaves a very tangled web. I do hope, though, the web is going to fall apart and she's going to end up being something completely unimportant. She'll just blow away in the wind. Now, supposedly, the king was despondent over Meghan being upset about being made to feel unwelcome in the beginning. Supposedly, he wrote a letter to her sharing his concern for her. But apparently he didn't do enough, and so Meghan thought that his response was lukewarm, which upset her. She also expected to be invited to the coronation, and I understand that she was, but still there were conditions, and none of that was appealing to her. Many people, and I'm one of them, suspect that Meghan is planning something that's going to distract people's focus away from the coronation, like maybe a birthday party for Archofficial with celebrities. Now, I don't know, though, who the celebrities would be who would be willing to attend that stupid party. Meghan might have to invite the D-list of celebrities with whom she would be very comfortable because that's where she belongs, too. But I don't think Meghan would be happy with that, and if Meghan's not happy, then she's going to do her best to make sure nobody's happy. It would actually be very embarrassing for Meghan to admit such a thing. See, she is unable to accept rejection, and she wants everybody to believe it was her choice not to come. Meghan, though, we know she would never miss such a high-profile event. See, she thinks that any media coverage is a lot better than no media coverage. Meghan has never really shown any real devotion to Archofficial, and so now his birthday is her excuse for not coming? All right, Meghan, sure. We all know that Meghan just had to insert herself somehow into the news to try to disrupt the coronation planning. She had to find some way to get attention for herself. Now back to that letter. The correspondence was between two people, and it's not possible that it was Charles who leaked this information during this busy time, so that only leaves us with one option, Meghan. So that does beg the question, why would Meghan choose to do that now when she could have leaked that information anytime after the Oprah interview, anytime after the coronation, actually? So why did she decide to leak it at this particular time? Might it be that she's trying to disrupt things, she's trying to get revenge? I mean, who really cares why Meghan is not attending? I suspect that it just eats her alive that most people do not care why she's not coming, they're just happy that she won't be there. In other news, it is very clear that Harry is suffering from some severe mental health issues. It doesn't matter that he had years of therapy, clearly that hasn't helped in the least. He also knows what he's saying, he knows what he's doing, and he knows that he needs to face the consequences of his behavior. Sooner the better. Harry does not want any other treatment. He's already found the perfect one, I guess. Harry is propping himself up with one single treatment: drugs. And this is not just information that's coming from me. I'm not making this up. Harry himself has told us this. He praised the drugs. He recommended them to other people, both in that stupid book and in interviews. So this is as good as Harry gets, I'm afraid. He believes himself to have been cured, and he believes that now he's mature. He's an all-seeing, wise person. Harry is wanting to take on the role of an influencer. That's why he's done those speeches on how we need to act, like leaving our jobs and all that nonsense. He is so arrogant and so incredibly stupid. Now, I'm happy for Charles to be king, but I think when William finally becomes king that he's gonna avenge all the harm that Harry has done. I do hope that he takes away those titles, especially Meghan's title. I would just love for her to go back to being plain old Meghan Markle. And I hope that William will ban his younger brother from any royal event. Once Charles passes away, I don't believe that Harry and Meghan are going to get a penny. The things these two have done and said to the royal family, William is never going to be able to forgive them. And especially Meghan for the way that she treated Catherine and that beautiful little Princess Charlotte. And how could we forget the way that Meghan was so disrespectful towards the late Queen with that exaggerated curtsy, and Harry didn't say a thing to defend his elderly grandmother? It just showed how nasty the two of them really are. I think we are all just happy that Meghan is staying put in Montecito. I do not understand why Meghan and Harry hide those invisible kids. Unless they've got something to hide about those kids, it's just not natural to keep them under wraps like that. Catherine and William are doing a great job as parents. They understand balance. Catherine takes her own photos and she releases them for the public to see. I'm sure they have plenty of photos the public doesn't get to see, but you know what? We don't really care. The kids are also seen at some royal events. They're getting used to people. They wave. They always look happy. William and Catherine are going to make an amazing future king and queen one day. And I think that William is not going to be so easy on his brother. See, I think Charles is going to let him come home, but then there is going to be some pressure on the king from many directions to make it an internal exile. That is something that I would support, honestly. Even after the divorce, Harry is never going to shut up, I'm afraid. He has demonstrated that unchained from the protection of the monarchy, Harry is damaging, he's dangerous, politically and to other people, and especially women and animals too. So if he's under the king's umbrella again, I think he could be placed under permanent 24-hour scrutiny, someone there to watch him all the time. And he would probably need that for the rest of his life. Would William continue that arrangement? I'm not sure. I suspect so, but I think he would make it a lot harsher. And if the king doesn't want to take away the titles, I don't think William is going to have a problem doing that. As for Meghan Markle, she should really be worried about the day that William becomes king, because he is her nemesis. And you, what do you think about them? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is interesting, please remember to like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it. And besides that, please subscribe.